Hey, my friends, how's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday, December the 29th. I just wanted to stop by with some updates and check in with you regarding a couple things. I am starting, I should say, day 4 of the 12 days of Christmas end of the year ritual. And if you haven't heard about it, you can still join us. All you have to do is join my Quantum Abundance Play Space group. I will, when I'm done with this video, I'll go back and put the link for the group in this under this live video. So if you'd like to join, you can. So in the 12 days of Christmas, usually, a lot of people celebrate it from December the 12th to December the 25th. But originally, it was the 12 days between the birth of Christ and the arrival of the three wise kings on January the 6th. Who proclaimed through the Epiphany celebration that this was, in fact, the Christ child or the divine here on earth. So we're taking those 12 days in a traditional manner, each day we've representing 1 month out of the year. And so we're taking that each day to reflect on that month. Today it's going to be April, since that's the 4th month, just to reflect on the space that we were in at that time, what we were learning, what were our challenges, what were we celebrating, what have we accomplished, how much have we learned and grown and come in more and more into our own, and what we want to create. And so we're looking at that in the service of preparing for the blank slate of 2021. And so I want to invite you. And second announcement is I think I fixed the link. My apologies. With the link yesterday, I created a link, and then the way it's organized on Zoom is you have your organized meetings over here, and then you have another button that says start new meeting. So I started a new meeting instead of the link that I had shared with you. So I have it all figured out now. So hopefully today it will go smooth. When you click on the link to join along with the password, I'm putting it in the description of this video so you can join us for the 4th day. And so it's just going to be about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on who participates and who joins us. And it's just kind of a reconciliation, reconciling of our accounts, of this year. There was these huge world events across the world stage that got a lot of our attention. But this is a time to really reflect on how did this year affect you personally? How did it show up in your life? Like you're the star of your own show, because you are, right? So, and really, a lot of times people are like, why do I need to go back and reflect on things that already passed? And, what's the big deal? And, really, there is no time. And let me explain that a little bit, what I mean. I've been doing this, integrative awareness coaching in one level or the next for myself and others for years. I didn't call it that, but that's really what I was doing. And what I have found over and over again through my experience, even when I've forgotten the power of this work, is that there is no time. And what I mean by that is the events and circumstances in our life that we've gone through, and for one reason or the next, they were too upsetting or traumatic for us, weren't processed. And that energy gets stuck in our bodies and our consciousness. And 20 years later or 5 years later, people are still acting out, replaying scenarios with different people, different situations, different faces, but it's the same dynamic, the same energy trying to be worked out in the subconscious mind. So it's always surprising, but there are certain rules of the subconscious mind and how it works, and it works through archetypal images and energies. And that's why myths and art and poetry, are so powerful because they contain these timeless truths of how the unconscious communicates. It doesn't communicate in a linear fashion of the mind, and that's why the mind doesn't necessarily see it or acknowledge it. The logical mind likes linear reason and logic and facts, but there's a whole aspect of our consciousness that is not ruled by that. And so the mind can't see it, it doesn't acknowledge it, but that doesn't mean that it's not there and that it's not powerful and that it's not affecting our lives. So, with that being said, we have a full moon coming up in just tomorrow in Cancer, and Cancer represents emotions and the home and the mother and the divine mother, the divine aspect of the divine feminine aspect, I should say, of God. And um, so it's really interesting, to um, think about, how the feminine got pushed out of the sacred, the houses of worship and churches. And historically, the divine feminine was Sophia, or wisdom, which was a important aspect of divinity. It wasn't just purely a male god. And I say this because this is really has created an imbalance in our psyches and our ability to feel at home with ourselves and feel connected and feel safe and secure and nurtured in healthy ways. And so, today in my meditation, I've been taking time to meditate for these 12 days, specifically for the 12 days of Christmas, um, and looking at each month and what were the themes and the lessons and the challenges that I experienced. Because I'm a firm believer that we're not separate, our own individual journeys and struggles and challenges are actually, you know, not personal. And at a certain level, many people are facing the same challenges. They might show up with like little different details and things like that, but there's, common themes. And so today in my meditation, the a certain aspect that divine feminine came up, which has been related to Lilith, or Black Lilith, and in the Kabbalah, the Jewish tradition, Black Lilith was the original Eve that got thrown out of the garden because she wasn't going to play along with the narrative. And so I met with this energy, this Black Lilith energy, and she told me, I am the rejected part of the divine, and there's anger and loss and sadness and revenge, of that part of divinity that was excluded from the garden and replaced by Eve. So it's actually just two aspects of the feminine, that part of the feminine that has been excluded and is angry and hurt and rejected. And that is on not just, in a mythological sense, that's on a personal level. How have we rejected ourselves, our own um, relationship and care with ourselves? And this shows up on lots of different levels and lots of different ways. People that I work with come to me in regard to, their health, how they're taking care of their health, the repetitive poor eating habits that they have, the way that they really unconsciously are abusing themselves. And when I say abuse, I mean it's those parts of their life where they go unconscious because there's pain there, and um, their mind has created a way to bypass that repeatedly, usually through some sort of behavior, or addiction. And so, as one of my mentors says, it's like pulling the rubber band back. Eventually, it's going to snap. There's really no way to bypass these um, levels of unprocessed emotions. They're going to show up in symptoms, in behaviors, in patterns that are keeping us stuck. So that's part of what we're doing, and we're reviewing in this process in the 12 days of Christmas to clear the ground, clear the slate, so we can plant new seeds to grow for this new year, 2021. So I hope you can join me. It's at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's a free event. You just have to join, as I mentioned, my Quantum Abundance Play-Space group, which is a private group here on Facebook. And I will, when I'm done with this live, go back and put the link. And like I said, I think I have it. I think I have it now. I think I have it working. So you should be able to get in today. My apologies to those people yesterday that weren't able to attend, but I'm recording all the videos and then posting them in the group. So if you can't make it live, that's fine. You can always come to the replay. That works too. So thanks for stopping by. If you did, say hi, leave an emoji, a comment, say hello, and good seeing you. Until next time, hopefully today at 4, if you can make it. Remember what a valuable treasure you are, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.